Here we go again with another episode of the What Everybody podcast. This week we talk about Ryan's guilty pleasure, why do babies matter so much, and all the way from Chicago, we think, could be Green Bay, not sure, she seems to work there, but we don't know. We do know she's from America, publicist extraordinaire. It is Lucy Rendler-Kaplan, so no reason to waste any more time. Take it away, Ryan and Jonny. So, Ryan, something happened the other day between you and I that I really find the need that I want to share with our folks out there who are listening. So Ryan says to me, he goes, "Dude, I got a new obsession." I'm like, "Oh yeah?" I'm thinking he's going to tell me about a new guitar, or he's got this new band that he's really into, or something, or he finally found the show The Wire or some shit like that, right? That's not the point. The point is, this is just like. This needs to be known, and I personally, whoa. There'll be no interrupting here for a second, because it needs to be known that Ryan's new fascination, his new obsession, his new I go to bed thinking about it and waking up thinking about it.
Yeah, let me.
Is the effing?
I'm gonna cut you off because I'm gonna tell. I found the greatest show in the history of television. It's the greatest show in the history of television. And I'm not new to it. It's been on. I'm not new to it. I didn't discover something fancy, but I'm Bachelor Nation now.
Bachelor Nation. So I know nothing about The Bachelor. I am not innocent of all charges. My girl, she sucks me into some shows that I probably would have never watched had she not been like, "Hey, honey, let's watch this." The Bachelor, however, you got to stop with the interrupting. You're not. My new obsession is The Bachelor has said to me, the floodgates are open. I think anybody, leave a comment on our page. By the way, subscribe. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe and leave us a good rating. And after this, how can you not give us a good rating when one of the hosts loves kickboxing, loves mixed martial arts, loves all this good stuff, but his most important thing in his mind right now, ladies and gentlemen,
is The Bachelor. Well, let me tell you how it happened, okay?
Please, because this got to be good.
I never watched it. I was never a hater. It was not something that I watched, okay? Never had any interest in it. And then I went to visit my mom. And my mom had it on. I wasn't watching it, but I was...
What season is it, anyway?
Oh, it's like 20-something. 20...
It's been out that long.
7, 6. Yeah, it's been out. Yeah, I'm not new to the game. I'm not claiming to have discovered something here. I'm just saying. So I go over to see my mom. She's watching The Bachelor. Turns out the week following, I was over there again. Mom's watching The Bachelor. By week 3, I went over there to watch The Bachelor with my mom.
Did she invite you, or were you like, "Hey, Mom, you watching The Bachelor? Can I come over?"
She totally would send me texts like Bachelor Monday.
So do you guys like send gossip back and forth? Like, "Hey, Mom, did you hear about so and so?"
In person, we definitely talk like that. Yeah. So, anyways, so I finished the season. It was good, and then you have that feeling of like, "Oh, what am I going to watch now?" So, in my efforts to find a new show to watch, I bought the HBO Max app. And I'm scrolling through. They have a million shows, so I'm scrolling through and looking for stuff. And they have The Bachelor. They have The Bachelorette. They have The Bachelor in Paradise. They have The Bachelor in Canada. They have The Bachelor in Australia. They have The Bachelorette in Australia.
Pause. I need a true yes or no question here.
Uh-huh.
Did you get HBO Max for The Bachelor?
No. Straight up no.
Do we have some kind of bullshit fucking sound around here?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. This is all about honesty here. People can sniff through bullshit. I did not buy the app because it had The Bachelor. But the moment that I found out that the app had The Bachelor options, I went on a binge. Dude. I watched 3 seasons of The Bachelor in Paradise. I watched 2 seasons of The Bachelor. I started a couple of days ago The Bachelor in Paradise Australia. I started the other day, and I'm learning words.
What's the difference between Bachelor Paradise Australia, Bachelor Paradise in Jamaica? What's going on? What's Bachelor Paradise and what's Bachelor? What's the difference?
Okay, so obviously The Bachelor, you have one man and 30 women competing. Bachelorette, you have one woman with 30 men competing. Now, The Bachelor in Paradise is just straight up dicey. What they do there is there's no, so they start with 13, like 11 or 13 guys, and then 9 girls, and then they eliminate it to be even numbers. And each week, like, so if the guys had the advantage this week, next week the girls will have this advantage, and it just goes back and forth, and it gets catty, dude. It gets like, and also everyone's gorgeous, everyone's beautiful. Like,
here's the thing: 2 questions. First question: Bachelor Nation. I don't know, man. Is that like the Kiss Army?
There's a website, bachelornation.com.
So you're a member of that?
You know how I know there's a website? Because I Google searched it.
Are you a member? Are you a member?
What's considered being a member? Like,
you signed up on Bachelor Nation?
Like, they don't have my email address or anything like that. But I mean, like, if
somebody
came up to me, if somebody came up to me and wanted to have a conversation about The Bachelor, I would sit down and have that conversation.
Who the hell wants to go on that show? Who is like,
I don't know.
You know what? Let's just throw my whole world out there in front of somebody. The whole world, millions and millions and millions of people are going to see me make an ass of myself and beg for somebody. Like, it's just so stupid.
It's stuff that you wouldn't realize either. Like this current season that just got done. That's all people making out. So
I wonder how many STDs have been gone around during the Bachelor seasons through the years. That would be a great stat.
They have to get tested. They can't not get tested.
Somebody's got to give the herp somewhere around the line there. A lot of kissing going on.
A couple things can slip through the cracks, I guess. But so anyways, this guy's kissing all these girls, but he does it with his eyes open.
Weird.
Yeah, so the Bachelor finale, he comes out and they bring up the point that, like, you kiss with your eyes open. Like, what's that all about? And his answer was like, I didn't know that wasn't what you're supposed to do. I like looking at what's in front of me, so I'm going to keep my eyes open. It's like, hey, man, no.
It's a logical answer.
It's a logical answer, but also, hey, no.
Hey, creepy.
Hey, man, so tomorrow, when we come over to film, what time are you showering?
That's creepy, too.
Yeah.
It's creepy. Anyway, speaking of creepy, I ever tell you that story about the time my friend came up to me and told me that his favorite show was The Bachelor?
Was that friend me?
Yep. Creepy.
Like, dude, you kiss people with your eyes open too? You think you know somebody?
Yeah. So Ryan Harris, I got something I got to talk to you about. I've been battling a moral dilemma, and it's only a moral dilemma because I love children. I think children are rad. We were all children once. I don't want anybody to think I'm a bad person or anything along those lines, but I kind of have a problem with this thing we call the baby business. You know what I mean? Like, what's the deal? How many parties?
Like you and I, we on this podcast, we're calling it the baby business, or is this something
calling it the baby business? But I'm sure we're not the only ones calling it the baby business. But what's the deal with it? Like, seriously, think about it. How many parties do we need? We have a baby shower. We have a welcome baby party. First of all, what's the difference between the baby shower and the welcome baby party? We have the sip and see, the double S's. Don't really know what the heck a sip and see is. And then we have a gender reveal. Dude, this is all a money grab. It's all a money grab. And the best thing about it is they're stealing money, not stealing, but they're taking money from their family, their friends, and they have no problems doing it. I should just say I'm having a kid. Like when I get a cat, right?
When I get a new cat,
can I have parties. There's a lot of parties, but like, can I have these parties when I get my new kitten? You know,
I for sure think
a baby shower. It's a baby. It's a
for sure you could have
party.
Dude, you could for sure have a party for your cat.
Well, then
I have a couple of thoughts on this. So I do have a couple of thoughts on this. First of all, it's hilarious the two guys without kids are talking about this, but it's a good topic. They're getting out of hand. They're getting out of hand. The gender reveals particularly are getting out of hand. I mean, look, man, if you want to have a cupcake and you bite into the cupcake and it's blue and it tells you you're having a boy, or like, I mean, what's the one thing that they do where they'll like pop a balloon or like hit a baseball and it turns pink and you're having it? Like, that's fun. That's fine. All good. Invite me to that. I'll come over.
Would you come to the other three after that though?
Like the people that are like peeling out with their exhaust and everything, like spinning out in their cars and the exhaust is blue and like, that's ridiculous. The one guy started the fire in California doing that.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I like the fact that people go this far out. It's like, seriously, what is a gender reveal? It's either you know about what gender it's going to be or you don't. And then the question is this, the parents who are having the gender reveal, do they know before they pop it what it is? And is it for their guest or is it for them?
No, that's the whole point. The whole point is nobody knows.
Then
look,
nobody knows.
They're trying to have fun, and I get that. But whenever it gets ridiculous and you're starting forest fires, then things need to be tamed down a little bit.
Yeah, but let me ask you something, Ryan. You said nobody knows, and they have these gender reveals where you're either starting fires or doing whatever. But it's somebody had to know, so you know what thing to pull out, right?
I think the results get sent to the company that sends the balloon to you or whatever.
Interesting. That's kind
of
crazy.
the results get sent to the company that gives you a new blue powdered exhaust muffler.
Yeah, well, kind of nuts.
Nuts. Did you see the video of the guy getting hit in the nuts? Pull that up.
I will pull that up for you right now, my friend.
I was talking about if you have a party where there's cupcakes, invite me. Well, if you have a party with these kinds of bottle rockets, invite me also.
If this guy's at the party.
Oh, hey, guy, make sure to aim it directly at your nuts before. You're holding compressed air, and you're going to aim it at your nuts. He aimed it at his own nuts.
All right, you ready?
If your gender reveal involves any kind of pyrotechnics or compressed air, that's what I'm talking about. You need to be stopped.
Yeah, I don't think people do that. And then I'm going to, I would pay the money, though, for this event if I got to see the guy shoot himself in the balls like that. Because
I'll make an exception for the guy that shoots himself in the nuts.
Yeah, I'll give an extra $20 in that gift. They'll now get $25. See what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay, you ready?
You could save that extra $5 for the sip and see.
The sip and sit or whatever the hell that thing's called. Right here. What's this guy going to do? Oh, he's got another one of those air things.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And of course...
And you could tell. You see, he's got a brain on his head. He's like, I don't want to be doing this. This is totally for my wife. Oh, I see it going. Uh-oh.
Little kid's counting it off.
Uh-oh. Now, this is the part. Okay, wait a second. Is this the guy?
This is where you should stop. This is where you should realize
right here,
that I shouldn't be doing. Yeah.
No. Let's turn it upside down.
I'm going to turn it up and aim it directly at my own nuts. His little kid's laughing at. Even his little kid's laughing at him.
As she should.
That little kid, more of an adult than her father.
Yep. Oh, he's in pain, that guy. Oh, why would he turn it around like that?
I don't aim it directly at your own nuts.
Oh, what a putz. Even his wife was on the floor laughing.
Now he's miraculously recovered. Throwing confetti in the air.
So what is it?
Okay, what's this one?
Why do they always aim it directly at their own nuts?
Because they think it doesn't work, so they must be like, oh, it's faced the wrong way. I don't know what
He's like trying to mess with it, and he hits himself. Hits himself directly in the nuts.
I think that personally, with this guy, he just looks like that's karma really biting him in the ass. If I was to be honest. Walk it off, son. Walk it off. He's
Walk
like,
it off.
My kids. I hate my kids.
Walk
They
it
better
off.
not be. I'm gonna kill those kids. That's funny. That's funny. Anyway,
What is it about compressed air that makes you automatically aim it at your own nuts?
I think what happens is people find themselves in a panic, like, oh my God, this doesn't work. It must be facing the wrong way, and turns it around. And next thing you know, they just shot themselves in the nuts.
There's no
And
logic
that's the best thing that could happen, because if you're going to drag my ass there on a Saturday afternoon to understand the gender reveal, which I think is probably a mistake already, you're probably having a kid.
It makes it more
because your job
entertaining.
at Burger King ain't cutting it too much. You better get a better job. But the bottom line is, if I'm going to come over to your house and you're going to sit there and you're going to do that, shooting yourself in the balls is the best way to do it.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a hypothetical question. I want you to be as rational as you possibly can right now.
I'm not a rational person.
You have a
that's right.
device in your hand that you know is supposed to explode,
Yeah,
and it's not doing that yet.
right.
In your rational mind, where does it exist that you would turn that thing around and continue with it pointed at your nuts?
Listen, I don't think they're being rational. I think it's a true thing where they're sitting there and they're like, there's people looking at me. I can't get this to work. I must have it facing the wrong direction. And then they flip it around. Unless they're just making YouTube videos and they're like, I'm going to shoot myself in the balls because we'll get a million plays and then I'll make me some money. There could be that. I mean, if you said you were going to shoot me in the balls with something, but I'd make some money out of it, I'd probably let you do it.
I would believe that before I believed that the guy just didn't realize that he was about to shoot himself.
How many views does that thing? That thing only has 1,500 views. It can't be that.
That's his last gender reveal party because he just compressed air at his own nuts.
It's so funny because the last one we just watched, the guy who was the cop, he was having none of it. He's like, my kids are laughing at me. I will hit them, but there's somebody videotaping. I'm going to walk past them and walk into my house.
Do you think that's what was going on, or do you think he said, I'm in pain and I got to walk this off?
No, I think he was more embarrassed than in pain.
I'd be embarrassed too. You got a camera on, you just had confetti shot into your
Absolutely.
pouch.
Awesome.
Shy girl, shy girl, shy girl, shy girl, shy girl, shy girl, give it one more time, girl. Please welcome Lucy Rendler-Kaplan.
Oh my God.
It's Lucy.
It's Lucy.
You guys.
Hi.
I miss you.
Should we zoom? We're the Zoom hug. Zoom hug.
Zoom hug. Hey, do you have headphones?
I don't.
No.
Is it really bad? I'm like surprisingly low tech.
Yeah. That is interesting. I'm actually kind of surprised.
I know everybody is.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So do you still hold your phone like this?
So Ryan, what's new?
I like that. You think she'd be a publicist or something?
That is a slippery
She
way of
trains her
avoiding the
people. Whatever
question,
you do, if
Lucy.
you don't like the question, just change the subject. That's all.
I just move on.
Move on.
Ignore it and move on.
I'm fine, Lucy. I had a question for you. Do you hold your phone like this when you talk, or?
So glad that did I not tell you that at 107
Like the old school cell phone?
She does. You know? She does it. She does it that way. I respect that.
I still have a brick phone in my car. Just kidding. I don't.
Funny story about the brick phone. When I was in high school, my girlfriend at the time, she was on the brick phone talking to me, and I heard her flip her truck while she was on the phone with me. I didn't know what happened until 2 days later, where all of a sudden her mom called me and told me she was in the hospital. I was like, that was really weird. We just got disconnected, and she was going to the beach, and I don't know what happened.
So you actually heard the car accident.
Was she screaming while it was happening?
No, I literally heard what? And that was it.
Oh my God, that's
And
crazy.
I didn't know for 2 days, and her mom didn't like me. So like I was the last person to find out about it. I wonder why her mom didn't like me. I'm a really nice guy.
Wait, yeah. How could a mom not like you? I feel like you would win over every mom.
I would think. I think I don't know. I might have been a little crazy back then.
I win over the moms.
I still am, but I might have been a little.
I'm I'm more popular with the moms than I am with the girlfriends.
I like that.
That's
I
not
like
even
that.
a joke.
How did you end up back in Chicago? So for people who don't know, let me just say that we know Lucy because Lucy was our publicist for Warner Drive from like 2011 to 2013, 14, somewhere in that range, I would say. And we became great friends with Lucy, and we haven't seen or talked to Lucy in a couple of years. And since then, she's moved to Chicago. You'll notice in our intro, we acknowledge the fact that we don't know if you're in Chicago or Green Bay, but it is what it is. We now know she's in Chicago.
Green Bay?
Well, yeah, that's what we thought, but you wrote for Green Bay, and your dog has Green Bay sweaters and shit on. So like we kind of figured, you know, Charlie is his name, right? Is that
Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's Charlie.
Oh, look at that little guy.
Yeah, he's a
Little Charlie.
What's up, buddy? Hi, buddy.
He's fine.
Charlie, I'll get you an Eagles jersey for the holidays. And I do want to rewind and go, you're in Chicago,
I'm in Chicago.
but you're a Green Bay Packers fan, which is the biggest rival of Chicago. How does that work? So it's like being in Philadelphia and being a Cowboys fan. It would make no sense.
I write for the Packers.
I know you do. I was going to get to that. Trust me. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I got to be honest. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It took me 100 years to get to do it.
Can you explain that connection? How did you go from living in Chicago to working for the Packers?
the Bears make it really hard to be a fan. They make it really hard.
Yeah, I get it.
And I grew up not a Bears fan because it's fucking freezing to go to a Bears game. So I grew up. Well,
So you start writing for the frozen tundra.
I do. I grew up as a Minnesota Vikings fan because they had an indoor stadium. And my boyfriend, growing up, like my boyfriend got me into sports. Like I love football. So I started as a Vikings fan. And then when I started like realizing like, oh, you can write for sports teams, I started like sending in to the Bears, Packers, 49ers.
And you send it when you want to be a beat writer. Do you send to the team or do you send to the papers?
Everywhere. I send to every like ESPN, NFL Network, like every little like big little sports writer to the team, and just for years and like nothing. I would hear nothing, or I would hear like, thanks, keep writing. Finally, like this one site, they took me on and they were like, we need a Packers writer and a 49ers writer. So I did that for years. Now I'm doing the Rams and the Packers.
Oh, wow. So do you go to games? Are you there?
Yeah. So I get media tickets. Because it's the Packers and they're like the best team ever. I only get one per season. Like I get one set per season. So I really have to choose and wait to see how close we get to the playoffs.
Do you have locker room access?
I think they know that would be a huge mistake. We do. You know me.
I always thought it was funny. You'd see the reporter, and then there's the guy in the back with his towel over his shoulder, just like, not caring that he's on camera.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know me. Like, I'm a weirdo goofball. Like, yeah, that would not be a good idea.
So you write for the Packers, and you said you also are now starting to write for the Rams, or you've been writing for the Rams?
I did for the last 2 seasons.
Cool.
So I started recently, like 3 years ago.
So what do you do? Just like you watch the games and you just critique them?
I could do that, or I could do like, sometimes I do player profiles, or if they're doing any charity, I'll talk to them and their charity and highlight that. But yeah, I always tend to do a game recap. And then like my armchair quarterback and like my coaching of like what I would have liked to see.
So Ryan took notice that your birthday is coming up soon.
It's next week. How'd you even notice that? You guys are super professional.
Professionals.
Lucy Goosey, listen to me. We're professionals and we do our work. We do our due diligence.
Research?
And I think now I might actually educate you on something. Your birthday coming up next week is actually National Eat What You Want Day.
Dude, like I don't know that. That's the best thing about my birthday.
Okay, so you did know that. Okay.
I mean, of all like national days, that is the most apropos.
Yeah.
That's so me.
No, that's amazing. But I have a question. Why is it that there's a day for everything? Everything's got a day now. It's National Take a Shit Day. That's coming up on May 32nd, I think.
Because marketing.
Right.
Marketers love a holiday.
Who's the authority that comes up with the National Day?
Okay, you guys, I didn't know that this was going to be like a stump the chump kind of talk.
I'm not trying to stump you. I don't know the answer to that question.
We don't know the answer. We were hoping you did.
So like there's different ones. So like National Pet Day, there's one every month, and different shelters have come up with those. So that one I know, but I have no idea. Like I would
so that
say that
pisses me off though, because that means that anybody could come up with a national day. I could come up with a national day.
What would be your national day?
She stole your question, Ryan.
Good question. I have no idea what
but
I'm saying,
what day would it be on?
Well, it would be my birthday.
Wow, I like this. Go at it. Go. This is fun.
It would be my birthday. Grill me, Lucy. I'm quick on my feet.
Well, there's humility for you. Hey, when's your birthday, Ryan?
Have you met me? October 17th.
So
it'd be like National
Eat What You Want Day number 2.
You can't steal mine.
No.
I have the best.
I will not be second fiddle. Fiddle.
What if it's National Special Needs Cat Day?
Oh, I like that.
That should be Johnny's though, because he has a special needs cat.
I get the first day of summer. My birthday's June 21st, so I get the first day of summer. I can live with that one. It's the longest day of the year.
Awesome. And people look forward to it all year round.
All year round, and it's the summer solstice and all that. It's a good one.
That's the best.
Yeah,
that's the best day.
Yeah.
This is actually a good segue into something that I was gonna bring up to you, Lucy. Last podcast, we discovered that Johnny's a Karen.
No, whoa, 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 whoa.
No.
Whoa,
no. About what?
I'll rephrase. I'll rephrase.
Rephrase that.
I'll rephrase. We had the debate of whether or not Johnny is a Karen because Johnny got 86'd from a restaurant.
3 of them.
For causing a little bit of a stir.
When? Recently?
Well, I mean, the most recent one was Panda Express a couple of weeks back. But it was logic. Like, listen.
And I'll cut the story short. He made an order and he went to pick up his takeout. In the process, I agree with Johnny. They didn't have a working system going well. It was not
in California,
efficient.
There's still a lot of restrictions. So
he had to wait outside.
I had a takeout order. There's 2 lines outside the front door. On the right side is the takeout order, and on the left side is the people who go in and order in the line.
Okay.
I went to go in to get my takeout. The guy says, and because I see bags and bags on the rack waiting to be picked up. The guy says, you got to wait outside till this woman's done. The woman inside was waiting for her food to be finished while there's 5 people outside waiting for their food that's most likely sitting on that rack. So when it was my turn, all I had said to the gentleman was, after I got my food, of course, was your system makes no sense. Why would you have us wait outside while this woman's food's waiting to be made? Or at the very least, why didn't you come out and ask people's names so you could see if our food was on the rack and you could bring it to us? So in the process of that, the guy didn't like me telling him how to do his job, and I believe I'm not welcome there anymore.
And now may I interject? There's nothing wrong with bringing to attention that you're being inefficient. Mm-hmm. But the debate came about. See, we're getting Johnny's side of the story, and I've known him for a long time, and he's a dear friend, and I agree that he has a good heart.
Hey, however, I'm a bitch. I'll be the first to admit it.
I know, and that's what I'm getting at. However, if you make a complaint to somebody, and here's what happened. The guy took his receipt, put it in his pocket, and said, please don't come back.
No, he didn't. He said, please don't come back. Then I don't think that it went down the way that we just got it.
That was my point. Thank you, Lucy. That was my point. Thank you, Lucy.
What part don't you guys get?
I don't think it was that tone. I don't think it was that
I'm sure I had a bit of more of an attitude. I'm sure. But I'm a man of principle.
So whenever I said the debate was, are you a Karen? And you very aggressively say that you're not.
Here's the reason why I'm not. Karens complain because of entitlement.
Yeah.
I complain because of principle. There's 2 different things going on.
Yeah, but they'll argue that theirs are on principle. But here's the thing.
My argument was the only reason that you're not a Karen is because no one videotaped it and it's not on YouTube.
I wasn't yelling at the guy. I wasn't making a scene. I was just making him really small. Really small.
I got to play devil's advocate. If you weren't making a scene, okay, maybe you didn't make a scene, but if you weren't yelling at him, why did the man take your receipt and put it in his pocket like something you'd see on TV?
So that when your number pops up in the computer, they're like,
well, you know what's
here's the thing.
You know what the best is about that? The best is it's not even my number. So if I ordered from my number.
So you've totally screwed someone else that might want to order tomorrow.
Somebody who probably would rather order there.
When you were walking out, was the guy like, I said, good day, sir?
No.
Here's the thing though, like by the time, like I'm pretty positive that no one's ever had the debate of if I ever am not a Karen. Like, I think the thing is like when someone is having a debate if you are or not, like that's a problem in itself.
We have a whole episode on it.
The thing that makes you a Karen is that it pretty much everyone universally agrees that you're in the wrong.
Except he's got way better hair. No Karen has good hair.
Oh,
that's true. That's a good point. That's a disqualifying factor. That's a disqualifying factor.
It pretty much is.
This is why we have you on, Lucy.
I like that, guys. But I still disagree with both of you guys. I don't think I'm a Karen. I don't think I'm anywhere close to being a Karen. And the only reason I complain is because you should. And the people who don't complain are just being pussies. And what can I say?
But if you recall, I introduced this whole entire topic by saying we came to the conclusion that you're not.
Did we?
Yeah, that's what we'll say from now on.
That to you. I don't remember him saying that.
I don't remember me saying that either, but I said it now, and I'm the guy that edits it, so I'm going to put that at the beginning.
So, of course, that's what it's going to be.
So now I will be saying that.
I'm just going to form your dialogue.
That's awesome.
So, Lucy, I have a question about you.
About me?
Yes. RK Marketing, explain that. Is that your own thing?
It is. When I was working in house at a coconut water company, we were gonna sell to Pepsi, and I didn't really know how sales work. When they took like minority stake, I kept thinking like they don't need PR and they don't need a marketing person. Pepsi has everything. Like they don't need any of us. So I started thinking like I should start my own company. You know, I figured that I had the right contacts from all my years doing marketing and PR. And I figured I would start going after people that I was really into. So you guys were actually my second clients.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my first was a football guy because I knew he didn't have representation. And then you guys, because you were my favorite band. So I went after like all my favorite stuff.
What's more fun, doing PR for football or for music? And it's not a trick question. It's not a trick question. I'm not trying to trap you. I just genuinely, because I could see them both being very fun.
It's just that like if I could, I would be like in every band ever, forever. But like, I have zero rhythm. I can't keep a tune. So I figure the next best thing is to somehow be part of the music industry in whatever way I could so that I'm around it all the time. So music is like my favorite to do. Look at all the fun stuff we did. Like we went to such fun festivals. We went to such weird little places to play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, the one that comes to my mind the most is New Year's Eve, 2011 to 12, with Semi-Precious.
Semi-Precious?
Yeah.
That was
fun.
Crazy good show.
We have one last segment to close it out. This next segment that we're going to do, we're going to throw some ideas at you, and we want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind without thinking. We just want you off the top of your head. First thing that comes to your mind.
All right, I'm ready.
Los Angeles versus Chicago. First thing to come to your mind, go, and why?
Los Angeles is better. The people are better. People are kinder and more caring, and they don't take advantage of you in business. The women are not nearly as cutthroat. They're way more into collaboration.
All right, Lucy, I'm curious. Guitar players versus drummers. Go.
Oh, shit. That's not fair. You can't. I mean, originally, like, I'm always obsessed with drummers.
Well, then that's your answer. Then that's your answer. And I have to live with that.
That's right. She's a smart woman. I'm a cat guy. You're a dog mom. Change my mind.
I feel like if you want a therapy animal, you're going to choose a dog. I don't think there's therapy cat. Do you want, okay, I just don't understand what cats give you. Like, a dog is the most important thing ever. So like you have a bad,
me in the heart.
But like you have a bad day, your cat's not going to be there licking your tears off your face.
Maybe not lick the tears, but my cat definitely knows when I'm sad.
You could leave a cat for hours and it's fine. You can't do that to a dog because you're its whole life. Like the excitement when you walk in the door, there's nothing like that.
Last one. We sort of kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but that was just by coincidence. So we know that your birthday is next week and it happens to fall on National Eat What You Want Day. So I was curious, if you could make up your own national day, what would it be?
I mean, you can't beat National Eat What You Want Day.
I think, yeah, I don't know if you could beat that.
It's a tough one.
I mean, that's like everybody's dream, you know?
National
like
Drink all the alcohol you want and it won't affect your liver day. That's a pretty good one.
Okay.
That would be
but if you,
you probably puke. That doesn't sound so much fun.
Puking's not fun. But like, it's like how like calories don't count on vacation. Like this is a whole day where you're told
to just eat.
Go eat, go do whatever you want. Like that's awesome.
Anyways, Lucy.
Guys, this was so fun.
This was amazing.
Thanks for joining us.
Now I miss you guys even more.
Yes, we got to stay in touch more often. We can't let this be the only time that we
do like a monthly Zoom just to do it.
I agree. We should. Absolutely. I'm down.
Good.
What's coming up for you, Lucy?
I just am working with a bunch of new clients and then, that's it. Like just waiting and seeing what's coming back. Like, are we going to get a South by? Are we going to get a Sundance? You know, like what's going to happen?
Yeah.
That's a big chunk.
I think that might have been the last time I saw you was South by Southwest.
That South by Southwest trip that we did with you was the reason why I never want to go back. That was
That was so fun.
Too much.
No. South by Southwest is amazing. South by Southwest is amazing.
I got a tattoo. I got this tattoo that time.
Did you really?
Because you guys were running late and I had nothing to do while I was waiting for you. So I got a tattoo.
Here's what he means by that, and I agree with him, is that it's so crowded, and if you're a band playing there, it's a great platform. However, playing those shows, you show up, the sound guys are overworked, and they're in a hurry, and if you're not on it, it's just such a hectic
We did 6 shows in 5 days. I
It was so much fun.
It was
I had
fun.
the best.
It was
we ate
too
at
much
such
fun.
great places.
The reason I say that is because we left. I remember we left and we went and stayed with the kids from Acidic in Dallas when we left there. And I was deathly ill for 2 days. I just drank too much.
It was all the like Jaeger bomb constantly.
Oh, dude, it was fucking crazy. And we were on tour. So like we ended up doing South by in the middle, like right dead center in a tour. So it was like we'd already been on the road for 2 weeks. We go in there for a week and we had another 2 weeks after that. It was just a crazy.
I will tell you this though, Johnny Karen, it's not South by Southwest's fault that you drank too much.
You just called me Johnny Karen. You are so lucky you live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, guy.
I think you're lucky he lives in Pittsburgh.
Look at this shit.
I think you're lucky.
I almost had a bro moment where I was like, hey, guy, what are you going to do?
I like that voice.
Hey, guy. Oh, that's my serious voice. That's my serious. I just gave myself a cramp. I just gave myself a cramp. That's my serious voice when I'm like, hey, listen up.
That's the voice you don't want to fuck with him with. He pulls that voice.
I thought it was kind of hot.
He gave himself a cramp by using the cool voice.
That'll teach him. All right, guys. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Lucy, thanks for
imagine
joining
how
us. It was
you're
great to see you again.
It was great to see you, and I had a blast chatting with you. It's awesome to catch up. Been a while.
It was so fun.
Too
Thank
long.
you.
Too long. Talk to you soon.
Take
Bye,
care.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, man, Ryan, today was fun. Seeing Lucy and hanging with her again was a blast. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And make sure, if you haven't already, leave a comment or a rating on your favorite platform. And don't forget, we are on YouTube. Until next time, everyone have a great week. We are out of here. Later.
I'm going to go watch The Bachelor. See you next time.